Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 20th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. First up, over the past 24, 36 hours, there have been a lot of people asking me, has there been a Google update? I've been getting emails, I've been getting tweets, I've been seeing posts in the search forums. Google has said no, there hasn't been a search update, but there are definitely the tools that are showing there have been an update, as well as a bunch of chatter. This is probably not a search quality update. It's probably not Panda, Penguin, or anything related. It's probably just a core algorithm update that Google has maybe done, or maybe some type of classifier update. But again, Google has not confirmed any update, but there definitely is some chatter. It's not major, but it definitely is chatter. Gary from Google said that Google is not going to release that Penguin update, which is expected anytime now, until it is finished. He said he's not going to release an unfinished version of the Penguin algorithm, so don't expect it to come until it's finished. Again, you'll probably see it sometime in the next few weeks, but again, Google is not going to release it until they're 100% confident with it. Google has officially published their full entire version of the search quality raters guidelines. It's basically this document that has been leaked dozens of times over the course since 2008, I believe. The latest release was actually earlier this week, where they actually was leaked again, and Google decided last night, to actually publish the full version. It's a 160-page PDF document, which gives quality raters, which are basically Google outsourced people that actually look at the search results, both the live search results as well as the test search results, to say, are these search results quality or not. It doesn't actually give up the algorithm, but you should definitely take a look at the document. It's really, really insightful and detailed, so you should definitely take a look at that. Like I said earlier this week, Jennifer Slegg actually went ahead and got her hands on a leaked version, which was useful, and she actually documented the changes. But now that you have access to the full version, you can just go ahead and use that. And again, it is the full version, and Google will be constantly updating it, I think at least quarterly. Big news this week is that Google can now rank apps with app-only content, no web alternative. So back in the day when Google first started ranking apps and app content, when you published the app and you deployed it, you had to actually tell Google in the app that there is a web URL for this counterpart app URL. But now, apps without any web counterparts could actually rank well, and not only that, they actually have streaming in it. So I spoke a lot with Google about this. There are 9 apps that actually have it now, but soon I think Google's going to release it to all apps. And all you need to do really is have the Google App Indexing API built into your app, and then you're included. The cool thing is that if you're on Android, you're running Android L, Lollipop, or higher on a solid Wi-Fi connection, Google will actually stream your app. You'll get this button that says Stream, and when you click on that on Android, it's going to actually play your app directly through the Google Play or the Google Play app. And the user can actually use your full app without actually doing anything. So that was very interesting, and it's a big thing and I think it's going to be even bigger in 2016. But involved that is that I had another conversation, which I published at Search Engine Land in detail, with the head of this movement at Google, Rajan Patel at Google. I think he's like one of the most senior people on the mobile ranking team. He basically told me I asked him, what's the difference between web ranking and app ranking? And he basically said, well, with web ranking, we don't have page rank. We don't have links, we don't have anchors, we don't have those signals. And because of that, we need to replace what that brought, which was basically understanding what authority is, what is quality, not quality, but authoritative and important on the web. And they needed to have the same metric for apps. And they get that from the Google App Indexing API. He said that's where they get it from. And if you look at the Google App Indexing API, they give really 2 things. One is a developer is able to pass along the title, URI, and description, optional description, of a specific piece of content in the app. But more importantly, it passes along the start and end time of each click or fragment that a user is actually doing within your app. It's user metrics. And Google says they never use user metrics, specifically in web ranking. They don't look at your analytics. They don't look at Chrome data for ranking. It's too much of a noisy signal, they said in the past. But it seems like they're doing so with specifically app ranking. That's a very important distinction, and hopefully you guys are going to understand the importance of this rolling out into 2016. Google announced this week that they are smarter. At understanding your queries, both specifically your natural language queries. And Google said they're smarter at understanding like questions like who are the tallest Mavericks players, what are the largest cities in Texas, and so forth. Tallest, largest, and so those types of words. Time-based queries like what was the population of Singapore in 1965, stuff like that, as well as more complicated queries like what was the U.S. population when Bernie Sanders was born? Stuff like that. Google's a better understanding of that, and it's very important, obviously, for SEOs to understand that because, queries actually implement what, if Google understands queries, the queries will change, and maybe rankings will change, which we saw this week. Google Search Console data, again, is backdated. It hasn't been updated since the 11th. Google said they will fix it by the end of the week, so hopefully that'll be done soon. Google launched officially that red live label about, a couple of months ago. I reported that Google was showing a red live label for live blogs in the search results. Here's a picture of it. Oh, it went away. Hold on. If anyone wants to buy me a new iPad mini, feel free. Hopefully this will work. Come on, get back up there. There we go. So here's the new live label in the search results. And as you can see, it's showing up for live blog queries. So with that, Google actually released live blog schema. And if you want to be included in this, all you have to do is implement that live blog schema, which I linked to on November 19th at seroundtable.com. So definitely take a look at that. Google's structured data, which John Mueller said was previously potentially used for featured snippets discovery, is not. Gary said from Google it's not being used. They might use it in the future, but currently it's not, which again makes sense because we never saw any featured snippets actually include structured snippet data. Gary from Google also said that he wants webmasters to be able to update their knowledge panels. Again, that would probably be done something in the Google Search Console. Again, I don't think they have any plans to do it, but it's something that he has on his wish list. John Mueller said his number one SEO piece of advice is to be consistent, both technically and probably in terms of your writing schedule. Definitely take a look at that. It's, again, I'm really into consistency. It's one of my things. I say consistency is golden across everything from managing a business to your family to obviously SEO, and I think that's a very good generic response. Google released the version 10.0 of their iOS search app. A couple things in there. One thing that's significant in terms of SEO, but first is obviously they brought their branding along with the voice search. Now you get the ... for doing voice searches. See? But the main thing is their Google Now cards are much smarter. And this is very important for search engine optimization as well. Take a look at how those search cards are working. The Now cards in terms of content and articles that are showing up there. And maybe you'll go ahead and understand a little bit about how Google's getting smarter at that. Sorry. Apologize. Technical difficulties. This thing is on fire. Literally, it's on fire. Maybe I'll get the iPad Mini 4 soon. Google also announced that they listened to the feedback that people were having around the new tablet interface, which we covered several times, and they're now allowing people to pinch and zoom. So to zoom into the interface to get a better suite. So you can actually pinch and zoom, which they disabled previously, now it's enabled. And finally, the big industry news this week was that Dwayne Forrester, who announced he's leaving Bing, has officially left Bing a few days ago, and announced that he's joining Bruce Clay as the head of, or the VP, Vice President of Organic Search Operations. Congratulations to Bruce Clay and Dwayne Forrester on that thing, and I have more details on November 18th at seroundtable.com. Everyone have a great weekend. Again, today is Friday, November 20th, and my name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over the past week at the Search and Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.